Hey besties, what is up? So, I was scrolling through Reddit like I always do, and I found a doozy over on r/JUSTNOMIL. It's called Boyfriend and I Planning to Get Engaged, but I don't know if I can handle a life with my FMIL. And honey, buckle up, because the mother-in-law drama is real. Let's get into it. First post long. My boyfriend M25 and I F26 have been together for a year now, and discussing getting engaged soon. Our relationship is near perfect, with the exception of my boyfriend's mother, F45, who is making me question marrying into his family. Some background. For starters, my boyfriend is a proclaimed mama's boy, which I didn't mind at first. We are both super close to our mothers, and I really liked his mother when I first met her. I also adored, and still adore, the rest of his family. I am his first girlfriend, first girl he ever introduced to her, etc. She is not used to him dating, prioritizing another woman, having him be away from home, etc., and she makes it known. Throughout our relationship, I have sacrificed a lot for her. I have reminded my boyfriend often to send small gifts of appreciation and things of that sort. Majority of our time off, every holiday, etc., we have so far spent 90% of it in his hometown with his family just to please her, because it would break her heart if we went to mine. My siblings are also grown, whereas his sibling is still in elementary. So even my family considered how hard it must be for her/them, and encouraged us being there instead. I have even assured her that I am open to moving to her city, which is not my first choice, when we are ready to settle down as well. My boyfriend and I are travel healthcare workers. We bring home a combined $16,000 to $22,000 per month after taxes. My boyfriend saves a majority of his income, as do I. Financially, we are in a great place and have almost equal net worths. Great credit scores. I have no debt. We are both financially secure, etc. I constantly have his best interest at heart. I recommended he open a HYSA and an IRA in recent months when I saw how much he had just sitting in his checking, which he discussed with his mother, and then opened those with her help. Now, his mother takes credit for it, when she never suggested it to him before. I also negotiated him more money at his current position. All I have done since being together is help him make more money. We split bills pretty evenly. Dates are split probably 60/40ths. We prioritize the same things financially. After we move money to our savings and retirement, we always mutually agree what we would like to splurge on. Typically, it's fancy dinners, as we find it a nice way to explore new cities we work in. Here is where the issue lies. His mother has been a joint user on all his work/financial accounts. She set up a checking account for him when he was a teen that she obviously had access to and never got off of it. And then, with every new account he wanted as he got older, she would make it for him in order to have the login access. Even the HYSA and IRA made recently. She even set it up on his phone and had him use Face ID, so he didn't even know his own passwords. Not only did she have access, she went through all his accounts daily, going through every transaction, refreshing it like a social media feed, paying all his bills for him. She would also call daily about his day-to-day finances. What's this $25 charge on your account? I see you just spent $80 on brunch. Why would you spend $200 on a dinner with your girlfriend? Why do you spend that much, but not offer to spend money when you visit your family? Your IRA is down $32 today. I see you just went on a date with your girlfriend. You really spent $150? Mind you, we have draining jobs, are in our mid-20s, making great money, have money saved, don't have children, debts, or a mortgage. It was every single day. Every transaction. She also knows that whenever she calls, as we are almost always together, it is likely I am in hearing distance. She would call immediately after our dates at times, knowing I could hear, to point out how much he spent. Finally, I brought it up to my boyfriend, and I let him know how I felt about her being on everything: his retirement accounts, his email, his work apps, his checking, his savings, etc., and for all the reasons. I told him that it was ultimately his decision, but I thought it would be much healthier for everyone involved, as it was a problematic habit. We talked about it in great depth. He said he has felt ready for his own accounts for a while, but he has always been scared to tell his mother. With my encouragement, he did. She was livid. She assumed he would never have that idea by himself. She was convinced it was my idea, that I was out to get his money or take advantage of him somehow. She kept asking why I was so concerned over his finances, as if finances aren't important in a shared household, and if I was trying to block her from protecting him. She assumed it was a joint account. It wasn't. She called daily for 3 weeks to convince my boyfriend not to move forward with a new checking account, using any excuse she could. She told him that he's not a real adult, he's not ready, and it will be too hard for him. She can't protect him if she's not on it. Being a beneficiary isn't enough to make life easy for her if something happens to him. He made a horrible decision choosing where to bank, that I am influencing him too much, and am too young to know anything about money myself. We are f***ing ourselves over. We won't be able to get a mortgage now because we are using a predominantly online bank. She could just stop calling him, etc. He has always taken her words as absolute truth and does whatever she says blindly. With me, he is realizing a lot of things she says just are not true. She knows I don't take her words as absolute. I will never just do as she recommends without looking at other options. I feel she hates it. Mind you, she has grown with her own career, another young child at home, a husband, and they're all financially well off. My boyfriend put his foot down and removed her from all his accounts despite the pushback. However, he was trying to compromise and it turned ugly. We had a lot of fights when he was trying to still please her. Ultimately, it did require her talking to me as well, as much as I wanted my boyfriend to handle it alone. He did try to stand up to her, but just couldn't do it fully. After talking to us both, she supported his new financial independence. She also was given the heads up that we have discussed getting engaged. Her initial reaction was to let me know that she would demand he get a prenup since he is set to inherit thousands of dollars. That he needs to be protected. Note that we live in a state where inheritance, even during marriage, is not a marital asset. She also let me know directly she wouldn't stop it, but she does not approve of us getting engaged. As she waited for a ring from her husband for 15 years, she thinks I should be able to wait and not rush, just like her. What she doesn't know, nor does it seem like the idea would ever cross her mind, but my family has wealth. I did grow up with a hard-working, single mom. She declined help from others, but my extended family on my dad's side has a few multimillionaires. So my family likely has much more wealth than hers, and I will be inheriting quite a lot in the future. I am also planning to go back to school in the next few years, so my current net worth, projected income, projected net worth, and expected inheritance is actually all greater than her son's. This all hasn't been communicated to her, and she constantly acts like I am a gold digger. I literally do not understand. I have the same career as her son. I told my boyfriend that I currently would not want her at the wedding or that involved in our lives if she continues to disrespect me, make assumptions that my family is poor, etc. I honestly don't want her around. I just cannot fathom the idea of doing more holidays with her, having her grandchildren, having her at my wedding, etc., etc. I also know my boyfriend tries, but he physically shakes and looks like a deer in headlights when he has to confront her. I can't imagine him confidently standing up for me in the future, even with his intention to. It has been making me absolutely sick. She's been calling him crying, fearing that he won't come home as much because she feels I won't like her anymore. Not crying because she's wrong, impacting her son's relationship, or because she is ruining her own relationship with her future DIL, because she is realizing I won't want to keep prioritizing time with her family over mine, so neither will her son. The good, my boyfriend, for the first time in his life, acknowledges her toxic behaviors, admitted she has been disrespectful, is open to settling down in a different city away from her when we are done doing travel contracts for work, and is promising to work on standing up to her. He is now using his own new checking account. She is also removed from all his bank accounts and email. I am just not 100% confident and still have worry, as we will have much bigger obstacles than a bank account in the future, marriage, kids, etc. We are supposed to go ring shopping next month. It no longer feels like something right to do at the moment. Any advice? Update 3:45 p.m. Thanks for all the info on enmeshment and therapy. BF and I talked. While talking, he looked up enmeshment and said that a bulb just went off when he realized his relationship with his mother and some of his characteristics, people pleaser, avoider of confrontation, fit every article he read. He said it is a hard realization, but he wants to go to therapy. He has never been in counseling or therapy, so we are deciding to pursue it as a couple first, though he is open to solo sessions later on. He also spoke to his mom about needing a little space, no more daily phone calls for a while, and she agreed to take a step back. I also let him know that I am comfortable postponing plans of an engagement, and we removed the pressure of ring shopping next month. He says as he would still like to get engaged sooner than later, he will step up and put in the work to make sure his relationship with his mom is in a healthier place before proposing. Okay, buckle up buttercups, because this Reddit post is a wild ride. So this gal, 26F, is dating a dude, 25M, and things are looking serious, like engagement on the horizon serious. But there's a giant, flaming but in the form of his mom, 45F. Apparently, this dude is a total mama's boy, which, okay, can be cute at first. But girlfriend is starting to see that mama is a full-blown financial stalker with a side of passive-aggressive digs. They are both travel healthcare workers making bank. Like, we're talking serious coin 16 to 22K a month. They're financially responsible, splitting bills, saving, the whole adulting shebang. Here's where it gets bonkers. Mama Dearest is a joint user on all of his accounts. All of them. Like, what is this? A financial umbilical cord situation. She's scrutinizing every transaction, judging his spending habits, and basically running his financial life like he's still rocking diapers. The poor boyfriend, bless his heart, is so used to it he's scared to tell her to back off. But our girl, the OP, finally gets him to grow a pair and tell Mommy Dearest to relinquish the financial reins. Mama throws a tantrum, accuses the OP of being a gold digger, and basically tries to guilt-trip her son back into the financial cage. And the worst part? She even has the audacity to demand a prenup because her son is going to inherit thousands, completely ignoring the fact that OP's family is secretly loaded. It's so bad that the OP is considering a wedding without the mother-in-law from hell. I mean, who needs that kind of drama on their big day? But there's a glimmer of hope. The boyfriend is finally waking up and realizing his mom is toxic AF. They even looked up enmeshment together. He's agreed to therapy, and they've pumped the brakes on ring shopping until he gets his mommy issues in check. Honestly, that mom sounds like a piece of work. Like, lady, get a hobby. But I'm happy they found enmeshment and are both going to therapy. Time to check out some reactions from fellow Redditors. Woof. This is a lot. I think you need to really ask yourself something here. Say a friend comes to you and says they're going to start a business with someone. However, that someone is volatile, untrustworthy, unstable, selfish, demanding, and is almost impossible to communicate with. Creating something with this person is going to involve lawyers and accountants and contractors and money and constant phone calls and emails, and everything will take 10 to 100 times more effort and massaging and finagling than it would for a regular business venture. The outcome of the venture is uncertain, and the business partner is actually against the venture to begin with. Would you tell your friend to go into business with this person? Trust your gut here. If she is bad now, it'll only get worse as you marry and start a family. As a compromise, perhaps agree to a long engagement where he has to show you that he can consistently manage his mother's behavior and shield you completely from her antics. Only then will you marry. He will also need therapy. A psychologist can help him unpack decades of enmeshment, which will be essential if he is to be a good husband and father. Thank you. I keep telling him this was likely the smallest decision, an independent checking account, that we will make within the next few years, and this is how bad it is. I just can't imagine her reactions to bigger decisions. I think suggesting a longer engagement instead of postponing it will be something I do. Thank you. Any ideas on how to recommend therapy? It's crossed my mind, but I don't want to overstep, especially as he never saw issues / just accepted his mother's behaviors prior to our relationship. I feel sometimes he still tells himself that she has his best interest at heart. She is just like every other mom. It seems kind of tough to put him through a process that may further hurt his relationship with his mom. He probably needs a therapist who specializes in toxic family dynamics. He won't know what is and isn't normal. As an adult man in a serious relationship, it isn't normal that his mother knows all of his financial affairs. It isn't normal for him to communicate constantly. It isn't normal for her to be across every decision he makes. Perhaps as an exercise, you both write down what normal would like for you and your children. This might help you see how big the breach is.
Topics like
1. How we support each other as parents, e.g. I don't allow my family to disrespect my husband as a parent by ignoring his instructions for our child. 2. What we allow others to do, e.g. only certain family members who have proven they can be trusted are allowed to babysit. 3. Newborn rules. 4. Couple-only topics. Our finances, property, investments, medical info, etc. is not shared or discussed with anyone outside of us. 5. Holidays. We spend every Christmas away as a nuclear family and only see our families every few years. Their feelings on this are theirs to manage. General boundaries, e.g. we don't complain about each other to other members of our families, and we sure as hell don't tolerate our family saying anything disrespectful to us. 7. 2 yes, 1 no rule. If one of you isn't comfortable with something to do with your children, it doesn't happen. As much as my heart breaks for a man who shakes like a wet chihuahua at the thought of confronting his own mother, it's not enough to condone marriage. It sounds as though he has a lot of anxiety and fear about setting appropriate boundaries with her. As others have stated, his judgment is too poor for him to prioritize you, prospective kids, etc. Therapy could help him, but it will take years for him to work through his trauma. You can love him, be his friend, and genuinely want the best for him. But this is your life too. You deserve a partner who is strong enough to stand beside you, invest in a future together, and has the emotional maturity to be an adult. I want to say this gently. He may have made progress through his relationship with you, but his trauma has stunted him, and he's not on your level. I wish both of you a happy future, although it will probably be separately. I hope you enjoyed this story and the comments. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more.